I don't want the money. I do not want the money. To me, the money is an easy cop-out, and it doesn't amount to anything more than a stimulus package because we know what happens when people who aren't financially literate or financially responsible is given a large sum of money. It burns a hole in their pockets. Give the majority of us a one-time lump sum, and we'll be right back where we are today, in due time, because of the goofy stuff that we'll go out and purchase. I mean, that Dave Chappelle skit ain't funny because it ain't true. Hide the money, y'all. It's poor people around with your broke ass. Let's not act like everybody we know who hit that PPP lick ain't broke today. What that Atlanta city attorney buy? A Rolls Royce? A 10-carat diamond ring? What that loving hip hop person buy? A Rolls Royce? A Rolex? Diamond rings and bracelets? Let's not act like many of us ain't got a large refund in February and was broke by the end of March. Nah, just me? Yeah, all right. It has to be about the land. To me, any form of reparations that isn't formed around sovereign land is invalid. Heck, what am I talking about? Even if the land is partially sovereign, meaning that it's still subject to federal laws, I'd be fine with that. That's what states are, native territories, to a degree, U.S. territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands. I've already said, no monetary amount can atone for what has been done to our ancestors, and I'll add on top of that, no monetary amount can fix anything going on in our communities today. Our spending power is expected to reach 1.8 trillion this year. We have several billionaires, more millionaires to name and count, and our communities are more run down than they have ever been. Everything is built on land. You can't even lay a foundation without land to place it on. If we control the land, we build everything the way we want it to be. We build our own economy, make and enforce our own laws. We create our own narratives. Forget the money. We are 14% of the population of this country. We should settle for no less than 14% of BLM land being turned over to us. That amounts to 34.3 million acres, over 28 times the amount allotted to the freedmen, and enough land to form 10 cities the size of Metro Tokyo, which is the largest city in the world with over 40 million people calling its metro home. The same grants and aid given to states and territories should be afforded to us to build and maintain infrastructure on that land, roads, schools, utilities, etc. Then we contract our best architects, our best general contractors, and employ our own to build our own. We teach our own, we care for our own, we police our own. We grow and farm our own food to feed our own. We form a council of the best leaders we have to go out in the world and speak for our own. We create our own media networks and disseminate the news that we think is worthy of international attention. And maybe then we can get footage of a group of our young men getting fly for prom or walking across the stage for graduation and not just running into Nike or AutoZone. Maybe then Ombre or Rhapsody can get some airplay over what's her name. Or maybe not. The land is much more valuable. We can continue to push for money and use it to buy land, or we could push for land and use it to make money. I'll say it again. One of the biggest problems we have in Black communities is the lack of belief in one another. One of the biggest reasons why is because we look at ourselves as minorities. We look at being 14% of the population in this country and we act like that's a small number. We forget we live in the third largest country in the world. A country whose population is so big that if they subtracted us, they would still be the third largest country in the world. There are 47 million of us. We are a nation of people comparable to the population of Spain. We have more people than Canada by nearly 10 million. That's why it's goofy to me when we constantly look to attach ourselves to others. But that's another topic. In closing, I don't think reparations will ever be a thing. But if we look at the labor that our ancestors put forth in building this country and its economy, and all we're asking for is back pay for their labor instead of equity in what they have built, then we're not the generation of Black people that need to be handed anything. Now, let some more deserving generations come along and get that, because we gonna mess that up. But like I said, I don't want the fish. I want the lake that contained the fish. Subscribe to the channel, man.